Now I want to talk about comments. We've already seen comments, but I want to talk specifically about the two types of comments that C++ actually has, and then briefly talk about some good commenting practices. A lot of people kind of downplay how important comments are because you really, like, your program will compile no matter what your comments are. But comments are really important. Like, nowadays, most people, like, you're never going to be programming in a vacuum. You're going to be working with other people, and other people need to be able to understand your code. So comments are how you communicate what your code does, and so they're really important. So like I said, C++ has, so I'm just going to put has, two types of comments. And comments are, so like what I've already said, comments are the readable explanation of what your code does. And so you're going to want to include comments anywhere that your code might be not extremely obvious what it does. You're going to want to include a comment. You're going to always want to include a comment near the top of your program somewhere explaining what the program does. And like I said in the previous video about the preprocessor directive, so your comments are going to be stripped out by the preprocessor. So put in as many comments as you need. It's usually better to err on the side of maybe too many comments than not enough. So the two styles of comments. The first style is what we've already seen. So basically the two forward slashes, and then whatever we put here is taken out by the preprocessor, and so it's not seen by the compiler. This is called a single line comment because it basically comments out one line. Another type of comment looks like this, so /* and then you can put whatever you want in here, and then another star /. So this is called a multi-line comment. So this comment you can use to comment out multiple lines. And the multi-line comment is often seen at the top of a file or a function, and it says what the program does. So a lot of times you'll see that people have author in here, and then they'll have their name, they'll have date. If there's a copyright, they'll put the copyright in this comment. And so really the idea behind comments is that your code should be self-documenting. So when someone else looks at your code, they can tell what it does just by looking at the comments. And this is because sometimes code is really complicated. Like, we'll have complicated algorithms, sections of code that aren't obvious. And when you're first learning to program, it can be kind of difficult to figure out where you should include comments, because a lot of the programs we're going to be writing are pretty simple and seem pretty straightforward, but just include comments and just get in the habit of having a good having good commenting habits. And then one thing you want to remember is if you change something in your code, also change the comment. That seems obvious, but it can be really easy to overlook. So let me go to some code. Let me go back to this Hello World program, and we'll just look at the comments in that program. I'll also add a multi-line comment so you can kind of see how that works. So notice how this right here, so we have a comment here. So this says what the program does. And then this is just, I'm going to actually take this off for now. All right, so let's put a comment here. I'm going to actually put a comment here and just say that this displays hello world. So this is before the function. And then let's do a multi-line comment here just so you can kind of see how that works. So let's just say that this is an example C++ program. I'm just going to put I'm going to put author put my name. So in the programs that you're doing in this class, and I'll remember to mention this in the lab as well, but put your name in a comment at the top. And this is so that when you submit your source file, your program doesn't get lost. So it's kind of like putting your name on your assignment. So include your name in a comment at the top of the program.